Well, good evening, everyone. On behalf of Mayor Hall and the 370 employees of Newark City Government, welcome. We're glad you're here. It's a special day. Right now, if I could have the Newark Police Division Chaplain, Tim Hansel, to do an invocation, and we'll remain standing, and I'll lead us in the pledge. Chaplain? Please.
If we could all bow our heads, please. Almighty God, we pray to you in heaven up above. Watch over us and Chief Connell as he leads us, and protect us all with your love. Please guide us and keep us safe both day and night, and hold us firmly in your care should danger come our way. Give us true strength and courage as we serve till duty's end, and we ask you, Lord, protect our families and their friends. As it states in Ephesians 6, verse 10, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. We ask this all in your name.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. I'd like to recognize some dignitaries with us tonight. We have the Honorable Judge Higgins. Thank you for being here, Your Honor. We're happy you're here. Service Director David Rhodes, Development Director Mark Motter, and we have our Fire Chief, Patrick Connor. Chief, you're here? Thank you. We have our members of council, our President Don Ellington, our Majority Leader Carol Floyd, Bill Cost, Mark Guthrie, Dee Hall, Jeremy Blake, Alex Roletta, and Jeff Rath. Thank you for being here. As well, we'd like to recognize our past Council President, Craig Young. Thank you for being here. Well, this is a special night, folks, because we are going to swear in the next leader, or our mayor is going to swear in the next leader of our Division of Police. May I have Mrs. and Interim Chief Barry L. Connell to the front, please. Yep.
Don't judge me.
To do our swearing in, I give you the Honorable Mayor, Jeff Hall. They're going to face here, so you'll be on his right side, Mayor. Face this way, Barry will face you.
You can't back out now. You've done that, so this is it. Super.
The
job doesn't worry me. This does. You've got this all memorized, right? I shouldn't have to repeat it to you? Well, we'll see. Would you please raise your right hand, put your left hand on the Bible, and repeat after me, please. I, Barry Connell, do solemnly swear to support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America, State of Ohio, and ordinances of the City of Newark, and shall diligently administer all matters and actions pertaining to my position as Chief with the City of Newark, Department of Public Safety, Division of Police. I vow to adhere to my responsibilities with commitment to professionalism, efficiency, integrity, and loyalty to the City of Newark and the Division of Police and my profession. I adhere to be faithful and loyal in my service by providing guidance by example to those within my organization, so that my peers, supervisors, and the citizens of the City of Newark will justly take pride in the City of Newark and its Division of Police to which I serve. These things I do as I shall answer unto God. Congratulations.
Signing of your oath of office, Chief, and then we'll have yourself and the mayor say a few words, and then we'll form a line.
Two originals there. You'll take with you.
You making me bend over on this thing?
Very good. I'll say a few words first and let Barry kind of conclude this. Wow, what a great evening, a good moment for Newark Police Department. As Barry, who's served 25 years proudly with us, it was. We've got 4 great captains out there, and I will say it was very tough. And he's very honored to serve with them, and we've had a lot of discussion. Barry and I sat down on Friday and talked. I'll just leave it at about 3 hours, but quite a while. And obviously we talked prior to that many times, but knowing as the movement went in this direction, we wanted to set. And Barry, as is Pat on the fireside, are extensions of my cabinet. That's how I kind of look at it in some respects. From my eyes, they're team members as it works this way, and we're real proud of this. Thanks for coming out tonight. This is a very special moment for Chief Connell and his family, and I'm glad you could celebrate with us. And at that point, you can say a few words.
You want 10 an hour?
Oh, yeah, we're going to do this.
Mrs. Connell. Thank you, Chief.
She's been waiting all day to start doing this.
Hold on a second.
She wants to stick you with this, I guess.
Okay, Pat, how much of your crew's here?
Very nice.
We're calling before you raise
Very good. Thank you.
Chief?
All right, I'll speak from here. I even brought crib notes, so it'll be like 30, 40 minutes. But those of you who know me know that that's not going to be the case. No. Or you'll kill me, right? No. I just want to say that it's a great honor to be selected by the mayor and his team to serve as a police chief for the city of Newark. From 1835 to 1903, there have been 25 marshals in Newark. From 1903 to today, there have been 27 police chiefs before me. I understand the importance of that legacy, and I'm very proud that we've returned to selecting a police chief from within. I want to do everything that I can to develop the future in this organization of leaders, and it's my intent that when I leave, that our next leader will come from within our organization, because I believe in that. It gives every officer an opportunity to work for something from the day they hire on. I did the math on it last night, very late last night, and I've worn a uniform for 90% of my adult life. And when something like that happens, there's a lot of people and a lot of entities that need thanked for believing in me all that time. The United States Coast Guard for giving me leadership experiences at a very young age. I went in when I was just barely 20 years old and got a lot of leadership experience there. The Newark Division of Police, everybody that's here, everybody that's passed. As of 7 o'clock today, we're having a funeral for Officer Bob Hill, who retired from the Division of Police. Those are the shaping officers. I remember Bob being a very strong, gruff officer who made sure that rookie officers, as Captain Steve Baum said in one of the comments, made sure that we were safe. And it doesn't fall on deaf ears that those things are important to a young officer. For sparking my interest in law enforcement, stand forward, raise your hand, please. For those of you who don't know me, when I was still in high school and immediately afterwards, I worked at Harlow's in the East End of Newark. Stan lived a couple blocks away and would come in on a regular basis. I was 17 years old, and I was awestruck by the man in the uniform. He always presented himself in a very professional manner. He took time to talk to me. I asked him about law enforcement, and at the time he said, "You're way too young. You got two choices. You can go to college or you can go in the military." Well, I didn't complete my college degree until just a couple years ago, so obviously I went in the military. Leadership influences in my life. I'm fortunate that two of my three major influences are here with me tonight, and that means a lot to me. Petty Officer McCockerty from the Coast Guard couldn't be here. He was going to try to make it. He was one of my first bosses in the military. And Dean Eady, will you raise your hand? I started working for Dean when I was 12 years old. And my father, who not only was my father, but for a period of time when I worked in a factory was actually my boss as well, who didn't treat me very well. He treated me a little harder than everybody else. He cut me no slack, but the three of them all harbored the same traits that I hope to pass on in the next few years that I'm here. They believed in discipline, but they also believed in having a good time at work, and they truly cared about their employees. It's evidenced by everything that they did and they produced. So I hope to follow up on that tradition. I'll get a little teary-eyed here. I wish my mother could be with us. She passed away. Those of you who don't know, my mother was a victim of a kid who was skipping school and drunk driving, and she was in a wheelchair and a bed for 11 years before she passed away, ultimately from those injuries. In her time in a wheelchair, confined to a wheelchair, she taught me that kindness is not necessarily weakness. My mother was a very strong woman, and I never knew that until she was... All of my extended family, I appreciate everything you've done for me over the years. It's important to me that you're even here today, those of you who are in the crowd. Especially I want to thank my wife Andrea, my daughter Kendra, my sons James and John, and the fussy one there, my granddaughter Tessa May. That's all important. That nobody in this job makes a successful career without the help of their family. I tell a story about Andrea. I was in K-9 for a long time. Call out would come in the middle of the night, and my wife would load up my dog in the car, fire it up while I got my gear on to go on a call out. So that's just one example of the sacrifices that law enforcement families make so that we can do our job. I want everybody to know that I'm committed to the City of Newark, and most importantly, the Division of Police is committed to the safety of the citizens of Newark. For the time that I'm here, that'll be our focus. I believe in procedural justice, which builds police legitimacy. Procedural justice is not something we just do outside of our halls. It's something we need to do within our halls. And it comes down to just a very simple sentence, that we treat people right no matter what outcome we have to give them. That means even if we arrest somebody, we treat them right. If we have a victim, we treat them right. We treat our employees right. I believe in that. I think that makes us stronger and allows us to do our job properly. I know as I look out and I see the officers from our department, the employees, the civilian employees as well, I know that in my 25 years I've seen a lot of talent, and it'll be my job to try to bring that talent to the surface, find outlets for it. And finally, and I told you I'd be short, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming here today. It means the world to me. Thank you. We got to get some more pictures.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever the man says.
Crazy Jimmy's speech, we got to listen, right?
If you're a family member of Chief Connell, please stand up so we can recognize you, please. Thank you. If you have ever, past or present, provided safety to this community, our state, or our country, please stand up so we can recognize you as well. Thank you. Mayor, it's a great day in public safety. You replaced not one but two. We are well positioned for the future. We're going to have Chaplain Hansel give us a closing invocation, and then we're going to have a line to come up and congratulate our new chief.
Will you bow our heads again, please? Lord, thank you for this day and bring all of us together to hear for Chief Connell, our department, our city, family, and friends. Keep all of us safe and be with us all. We ask this in your name. Amen. I gotta go to the...
And that closes our ceremony. Please come up and congratulate our chief.